Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Paul's Asian Adventure, and we are live now. And if you guys can hear me and everything's good, can you just go ahead and say something, or just let me know that you can hear me? I know the video is live, but I'm always worried about or I can check myself. Can you check, babe? Oh, okay, that's why. So I need to do something real quick. They can hear me? Okay. So let me just do something real quick here. And good morning, Aaron. Good morning, Abel. And thank you for the sound check, York. And good morning, George. So it's kind of an open forum today. I didn't have any specific subject. I like to do a live cast every Monday, as you guys know. Mia's here. She's settled in, and we've been spending the last few days, about a week now, just getting everything in place. We still have a bit to do, but just about everything is done. I got my workstation here, and it's not just my laptop, so it's a lot easier for me to read comments than it was before, because I got I'll show you guys, my 24-inch monitor here. So I don't know if you guys can see this, but that's my setup right there. There's Mia working. And so, yeah, that's what we've been doing. We've been getting everything ready and ordering some stuff on Lazada and Shopee for our moto vlog and some other stuff. So it's been a really hectic few days, but we kind of settled in now and ready to go create more videos. Mia created one video yesterday. I made another video yesterday that's coming out on Wednesday, so we're back on track now. So let's continue on to comments here. Hello, George. Good morning, George, or good evening for you. I think I covered York already. 97420. Thumbs up. Thank you for that. And from Jim, hello, Paul from Mid-America. Blessing to you. Blessing to you too, Jim. So basically, open forum. If you guys have any questions, I can tell you. Tell you a funny story. I went to get Mia. It takes about an hour from here to drive to South Terminal from Lapu-Lapu. No, sorry, 45 minutes. So I calculated an hour to get there. So while I was driving there, I got stopped. I got another ticket, believe it or not. They called it reckless driving. That's my second ticket in Cebu. Almost third. If it hadn't been for Gio, I'd have had a third ticket. So, yeah, I guess I got to slow down a bit. And then I went to pick her up. South Terminal, for you guys who have been to Cebu, know how horrible it is around South Terminal to try to find parking. I found parking, and then I ended up going the wrong way to the bus. So all in all, it took me, I was like 10 minutes late for her. I thought I'd be early by 15, 20 minutes, but I was late by 10 minutes. And then my GoPro, I was trying to film, I was trying to make a video out of it, crapped out on me. So yeah, just wasn't that good of a day when it came to stress that day, but it all ended well. Mia came here, we went to storage, and the next day the stuff came and we offloaded all our stuff in storage, most of our stuff, and then some of our stuff here. So our condo is still a bit messy. We have boxes, and you'll see the video tomorrow. But yeah, so now we're settled down, all is good. So from George, he says thanks. Mark is with us. Mark Smith is with us. Good morning, Paul. Good crowds, Mia moving. Thanks, Mark. Some thumbs up from Batlash. 97 Mia's new video already has over 1,000 views. Yeah, 1.2k views already in less than 2 hours. So she's doing great, man. I wish my videos had those kind of views. she's doing great. Okay. Mia said we can get laid with them. Yeah, she did say something about McDo. Okay, that's a funny comment. Buying lots of McDonald's Happy Meal gift certificate. Mia said we can get laid with them. From your little Panay. Good morning, Paul. Greetings from North Mindanao. Uh, uh, good morning, your little Panay. Nice to see you have good internet. Why is it so bad in Dumaguete? You know, that's a good question. I just don't understand Duma. They have brownouts at least, and I'm talking at least planned brownouts at least twice a month. And then there's all the unplanned brownouts. In Dumaguete, I had PLTD fiber. Now, I have fiber here, and it's consistent between 30 and 35 megs per second, and that's what I was paying for in Duma. However, when it rained in Duma, it slowed down to a crawl. In the evening, it slowed down. It's like they're so bad at infrastructure at Negros compared to Cebu. I don't get it. I don't get it. It's the same company, PLTD. Well, actually, here I have Globe, but people have PLTD here are happy with it. So I don't get it. I don't understand why infrastructure is so bad in Dumaguete. I don't understand. It's been years and years and years with brownouts, and they can't get that shit together. I don't get it. I really don't get it. Gio's in the house. Good morning, Gio. And by the way, guys, if any of you want to come on to the stream, you're more than welcome to. I've got a link at the top of the live cast. So if anybody wants to come on, let me know. I've got something to say. That'd be awesome. Reckless driving. Actually, what happened was some places in Cebu, now they have traffic lights in a lot of places, but this one intersection doesn't have. And so all the cars going this way were going, and I was stopped. And there's this guy directing traffic, like a police guy. And he stopped the traffic there, and then he starts going like this. So I thought he meant for us to go straight. So I took off. But what he meant was for those to go like this, those coming this way to go this way, and those coming that way to go this way. But instead, I took off straight because there was no lights. It was just him going like this. So I thought he meant go straight. So I misinterpreted the hand signal. That's what happened. And I actually need to go today and pay that ticket. So that's after this live cast. That's what I'll be doing. My last ticket was a whole 10 USD, 500 pesos. I don't know how much this is going to be, but probably around there, I'm guessing. They hand out fines here left and right. You'll see them all the time pulling people over. So, which I think is a good thing. And that's why I think that driving here is much safer and a much better driving culture than in Negros, especially around Dumaguete, because I've been in Dumaguete for almost 2 years, never got a ticket. Never been stopped. I mean, I've been stopped, but never like ticket for anything. People drive without helmets. I mean, people drive without lights. People drive crazy. No one gets tickets. People stop in the middle of the highway and talk to somebody. Nothing. Here you get a ticket, instant ticket if you stopped on the highway. So I think it's a good thing. I love that, actually. Gio's in the house. Yep. McDonald's is so bad for you. I worked there for 8 months when I was 17. Yeah, my younger brother used to work at a fast food. I think it was Burger King, but I don't remember. And he didn't eat fast food for years after that. He said it was disgusting what went on in the kitchen. But as long as you haven't seen it, I guess it's okay. Let's see. Rosalina says, "Good morning, Paul and Mia. Shout out Siargao del Sur." Good morning, Rosalina. That's a nice name, by the way, Rosalina. I like that name. There's 2 Georges on the live cast. Awesome. It's PLTD. Is it really? It's PLTD. That's the problem. Because here I have Globe fiber and it works fantastic. Here the internet is awesome. I have Globe and I have Dito on my cellular, and Dito is great, man. I'm getting like 20, 30 megs in the house. So I mean, if this globe should go down, I can go into my details straight away within a minute and be back on the live cast. Philippines long distance telephone. Oh, is that what PLTD stands for? Philippines long distance telephone? I didn't know that. Good to know, man. Have you been to Bogo City? No, I have not. I've not been to Bogo City. If you do, so recommend any hotels? No, I've not been to Bogo City, but I will start traveling next week. So, or actually this week, because today is Monday. Yeah, this week. Jim says hi to Geo. Carl asks, have you been to Indonesia, or have you known any expats married to Indonesians? I don't know any expats married to Indonesians, but I have spoken to people that have been to Indonesia, and they like it. They say the dating there is really good. It's equivalent to the Philippines, or almost equivalent to the Philippines. You just have to be a bit more discreet about the dating. But personally, I have not been there, so I can't really talk about it. I can't really say yay or nay. But let me put it this way: if I was stuck in the U.S. and I wanted to travel, and Indonesia was open, I'd probably go there. Or if Thailand opens, I'd go to Thailand or Vietnam or Malaysia. Whatever opens first, I'd be going. The videos of driving around there scare me. Yeah, I understand that, because I remember the first time I came to the Philippines and went through the Cebu traffic, and I thought to myself, I will never drive here. Even if I retire here, I'll just take a taxi everywhere. But you just get used to the way they drive, and you just kind of flow with the traffic. It's actually not bad here in Cebu. I felt a lot more unsafe in Dumaguete and around Duma than I do here driving. Driving here seems much safer, and Gio could probably confirm that. Just wondering, how do you get all the cheese out of those foil bags they give you in the mac and cheese box? I don't know. Hello from Arizona. Good morning to you, Randy. Or good evening, actually. Levels of madness at reckless driving, a regular Evil Knievel. We're waiting for the videos of you jumping 10 ladyboys like the Fonz jumping the shark of Happy Days. Drew asked if I know Bacolod City. Yes, I've been there, actually. Yes. I actually went with Mia there. They have two nice malls, actually, and we went to a museum that was very nice. Bacolod has actually got very good infrastructure. It's made for cars, the roads, not like Dumaguete, which seems to be made for scooters. But the problem with Bacolod, I mean, there's good stuff in Bacolod, but the problem is it's very wide and very far in between things. It didn't seem to be anywhere central where you had all the restaurants and everything. So, but I enjoyed my time in Bacolod, but I've known people who have lived in Bacolod and they don't care for it. So I don't know why that is, but people don't seem to enjoy Bacolod, and there doesn't seem to be that many foreigners there. So that's an advantage, I guess, if you don't want to be around foreigners. Have you been to Da Nang, Vietnam? No, actually, Vietnam is on my list. As soon as it opens up, Vietnam and Malaysia are the first two I want to go to, and then maybe Thailand after that. I plan on going in January, but I've heard it's really good. I've gotten so many recommendations to go there, so that's one place I do want to go. You've given up on the Philippines. It's never going to open. Yeah, it will open. They need the money. They need the money bad, so it will open eventually. But I see some countries now are putting restrictions against the Philippines due to the spread of the COVID here, but who knows what happens. It seems to change every month. Level of madness, no problem dating. I get some big wool socks. I stick tie my trousers. The women think my cousin is Ron Jeremy. Okay. So you put some wool socks down there to make it look bigger, yeah? Just a suggestion, could we see more walk around of your new living area? Thank you in advance. Actually, yes, I will be doing more of that. I've got stuff set up for my helmet cam. But also, if you check out Geo released a video, I think it was a day ago, where he walked around Mactan Newtown. So with his new cam, so you can check that out for now, and then more videos will be coming to my channel very soon. 97 says the two main Malaysian dialects are easy to learn. What what's the like? Is it what language is Malaysian based on? Because like Visayan is actually based on Spanish, a lot of it. So I think if you know Spanish, I would think Visayan would be somewhat relatively easy to learn. Everybody relax. I'm here to long day off golf. Lol, Derek says. Everybody take it easy, Derek says. Okay. Thank you for your insights from Drew. You're welcome. Wandering Around with Tommy is a new subscriber. Thank you for subbing. Wandering Around with Tommy. Todd Johnson, your thoughts of waiting to get passport because of maybe a COVID passport is going to be enforced? No, I don't think. I think a real passport versus a COVID, what they call a COVID passport, I think those are going to be two different things. I don't think it's going to be an actual passport that you use to travel. I mean, it's just going to be a passport that shows that you've had the COVID shot, or maybe even an app on your phone or something. I don't know. All these countries have to come to some type of agreement, and I'm surprised that this last year they haven't come up with something. But they haven't, so I don't think it'll be an actual passport. It'll just be an addendum to the passport if you want. So I'd go ahead and get the passport. But I think in the US it only takes a month or so to get a passport, so you should be fine. You should have plenty of time there. Carl says, if you were 18 years old again, at what age would you have planned to move to the Philippines? That's a good question. Well, first of all, you have to have money. So unless you're 18-year-old and have several millions of dollars in your bank, that's out of the question. But it's also, I don't think it's healthy to come out here when you're 18 years old. I mean, what you going to do? You got to have something to do. You got to have some passion that drives you, whether it's a job or a hobby or something that drives you. I wouldn't move out here if I was 18 years old. That'd be... it wouldn't be good. But yeah, I'd work at least to 30s, mid 30s, and then consider it. But before 30, I don't think I'd move here. I had too much that I wanted to do, like accomplish, like school, like I get a bachelor, get a master's, go work as an engineer, move up and get to a certain grade, not grade, but certain position. I don't know about you, Carl, but I really enjoy working. So unless you have millions of dollars and hate working and just want to just relax, chill out, then I would. But otherwise, I wouldn't. I would. I mean, if you have that type of money and you want to come here, I'd try to find a job where you could have some time off every year and come out here and spend a month or two. Drew says, Dancing Dick U.S. Senator Richard Blumenthal, false valor guy, never been to Da Nang either. I don't know who that is. I'm not really I'm not really watching American politics anymore, so if that's something in the news, I don't get it. While doing the videos of different cities, don't forget to talk about the things to do for that city. Will be helpful for us new travelers. Yeah, okay, yeah. Well, in Cebu, obviously it's a bigger city, so there's lots to do, and there's more for me to venture out and see. There's a lot of tourist spots, and there's a lot of hidden spots. So we'll be looking at that. There's lots of great restaurants. We'll be going to that as well. Of course, there's diving, there's windsurfing, kite surfing. There's all kinds of stuff. So we'll be reporting back what we find. Um, Bruce Steele says, I'm retired, so if I move there, are there enough things to do to stay somewhat busy? Well, that depends on you, Bruce. If you have a hobby, you can do your hobby, but if it really depends on you, you have to fill out your day. You have to make friends. You have to find places to go. If you have a hobby, maybe work somewhat online. You as a person have to fill out, and you might want to start in the US already Googling what there is to do here. What can you do online if you're not able to fill up your day, and you have a lot of energy and you don't want to just, I mean, some people like to come here and just sit at a bar and drink all day and talk to their friends. That's not me, but some people like that. So if it really depends on you, you have to figure out where you want to go with this if you come here. Looks like in the military there was a shot record booklet. Yeah, that's what I think. The passport will be something like that. But probably now they'll make an app where you can, when you go to the doctor, they just fill out something and it goes onto your app. But just about everybody and their brother has a smartphone. Even some of the poorest people living in a bamboo shack here have a smartphone. So, I don't know how many millions or hundreds of millions of smartphones are produced yearly, but yeah. Good morning, George. Regarding COVID shots, it's a card that they give you from the healthcare facility that gave them. I got the first one, and they automatically scheduled you for the second. For me, it's May the 4th. Okay, so you're getting your second shot on May the 4th. Great for you, man. And hopefully, the Philippines, will let people in with the shot. Friends of mine say getting the second shot made them feel like being hit by a truck, but got over it quickly. Okay. I've read so much, like, people have so much different reactions. Some people don't react to the shot. Some people react very negatively. Some people a bit negatively, but I think everybody reacts differently. So immunization cards for going to school have been around for a long time. Yeah, my mom was even telling me that when she was, younger and she traveled, they actually had to have cards with them. Like when she was going from Norway to England, she had to have the immunization shots cards with her when she entered England. So, um, they used to do that. So they'll probably go back to doing that again. Hi, Paul. Is COVID getting worse there in the Philippines? Do you see any real problems, or is it just an imagination like here in Europe? Well, according to the news, it is getting worse. The numbers are going up because everything is starting to open up. So, of course, the numbers will go up. However, the death rate, the people dying from it, doesn't seem to be a large percentage. And also, I mean, the age of the people dying is kind of, you're talking like 70 plus, right? On average. And what was the other? If there's any real problems, I don't work in a hospital and I'm not going to the hospital, so I don't know. That would be a question for the doctor. I know in Manila, from what I read, the hospitals were almost full for a while. I haven't read the last couple of days if they are or not, but for a while they're really worried because the hospitals were getting full. And obviously once the hospitals are full, they have to deny entry to new people, and then the death rate goes up because people that could have been saved won't be saved. But I haven't heard that in Cebu. So Mia is around. I think she's in the CR right now. I saw her last video, expecting she will be here in your live stream. Nah, she's she doesn't like being on the live streams that much. So she's working on her stuff. But maybe when she makes 10K and I make 10K, we'll have a 10K live stream. If you were a software engineer and you could write code and programs, would it be possible to sell software that you wrote online worldwide, create a corporations, or license in the Philippines? I don't know that you would need to create a corporation in the Philippines if you're online. You could probably create it in the US and sell it. I actually did create a software, not that I sold worldwide, but I sold it to one company, and it was an engineering software for the oil service sector part of it. But yeah, it's possible. I did, and I'm taxing to the US, so that got taxed in the US. So if you can, why not? If you're good at coding, and I know there are lots of jobs online for coding, so that's something to consider. If you like coding and you want to code, you can be here and code. But I would start, if you're going to do something like that and you're not working right now, I would start in the US and then see what the possibilities are. Like, see if there's someone I can work for, or start creating a program. There's a need for it. You don't have to do it once you get here. You can start in the US while you have time now. Vikings Prepper says, I live for this, okay? Okay, Viking. Hvordan går det, Viking? Går det bra, eller? That's Norwegian, by the way. Yeah, Mia is here working. Someone asked to see you, so I'm just gonna, yeah. So she's working on her next video, probably. Or answering comments, I think, right? Yeah, she's answering comments right now. Have you done a banking video setting up your financial planning right before going and after you arrive? Yes, actually, I did. Wasn't before I left. It was actually when I was in Duma. I made a video about that, about the way I bank and who I use and everything. And I even created a little document with a link to it. I can try to find that video while we talk here. Wait, give me 1 second here and I'll look for it. It's done. 1 second is done. 1 second is done. Let's see. How do you do videos? One second, guys. I'll have it shortly here. One of my older videos, so it's probably right towards the end. Okay, I think it's this one here. Check that one out. Okay, so Your Little Pinay. Paul, I enjoy your vlog. I just started a vlog myself called Your Little Pinay. I'm learning from Mia. She is so sweet. Yes, she is. Pinay? Not Pinay. Yeah. So yeah, she started her blog about 2 months ago, and it's doing really well. But you have just be aware of this. You have to put a lot of effort into it. I see there's a lot of people that start a YouTube channel and put very little effort into it. She puts a lot of effort, a lot into recording, re-recording, and so till she gets it right. So just and a lot of editing. But if you're going to do that, you'll probably succeed. There are more places in Davao that have what I'm interested in doing, but that can change as more cities grow. And yeah, that's a good point. Davao is a really nice city. I haven't been there myself, but again, I've talked to people who have been there, and that's one of the cities I want to go to. But it's like, if you're moving here, there's no reason to say, I'm going to move to Davao, I'm going to move to Cebu, I'm going to move to Duma. Don't move anywhere. Just decide you're going to go to Davao for 2 or 3 months, and once you're done in Davao, go to, as an example, Cebu City for 2-3 months, and after that go to CDO or Baguio, or there's just a myriad of places you can go to. And what's that? Baguio. She's correcting my English here. Baguio. There's many places, so no need to decide like, oh, where shall I live? Just decide I'll go 2 3 months here, 2 to 3 months there, and so on, and just move around, enjoy it, and then figure out where you want to stay. Love K is a shout out to his Love D. How would you compare electric service in Cebu to other areas you have experienced? Well, I've only experienced Cebu and Duma, and I would say Cebu is much better. I've been here in this place now for 2.5 weeks, no brownout, so that's a good indication. But the old place I was there for 1 month, and we had one planned brownout, and that was it. But yeah, but this place I don't, and and there's a generator, so I don't think brownouts are going to be a problem. And the internet is fantastic, so infrastructure is much better here. Level of madness. I'm getting up there in age. Do the police have a law against people who carry a cane with a mirror attached to it? Level of madness, you're a pervert. No comment on that. What's your average monthly spend there? Actually, I have several videos on what I spend on average, but I did a video where I took the whole last year, and basically I downloaded all my bank statements, all my withdrawals, everything I pay online, everything. And that came out to around $1,600 a month, if I remember correctly. But I can tell you this for sure, it will increase, because just my rent here is $100 more than it was in Doom. Actually more, almost $150 more a month here than in Duma. And it's just more places to eat, more places to go. So it will increase probably to about $2,000 a month, or just around there, I'm guessing. But I live a pretty good lifestyle, so I think 2,000 a month is a good budget here. I mean, a really great budget. If you can get 2,000 a month here, you could probably end up saving money also. But that's a great budget here, $2,000 a month. I think 1,500 to 2,000, depending where you live. But I also live with Mia, so there's a cost of food, there's a cost of dentist, there's a cost of everything with her. What's that? You don't eat a lot. Yeah, but there's a cost to it, so there's that, and that cost is probably at least $500 extra, $300 to $500 extra. So it's much cheaper being a single guy than it is having a live-in partner. So you have to take that into consideration when you do your budget. Mia's giving me the evil eye right now. Stop that. Darren says, good day, Paul, from Langwai Island, Malaysia. Turned 50 today, so old enough to have a young Asian girlfriend. Yes, that's a good age to be, 50. You're still young. And from what I hear, Malaysia is a very nice place to retire. Maybe you can comment on that. That's one place I do want to go. I want to really visit Kuala Lumpur in Malaysia. Level of my heard of anyone mining cryptocurrency in the PI, and I'm not really into crypto, so I don't really look for that type of news, so I wouldn't know. Level of madness. CNN Philippines has reported that fatality rate is dropping. You're talking about, about the Philippines? Okay, that's good to know. So cases are going up, but fatality rate is dropping. Yeah, that's great. Level of man. CR stands for comfort room. So that's where you comfort yourself when you need to let the pressure out. Mia's only 1,000 subs away from you. Yep, and closing in. So I'm at 7.7K, I think. So I got 2.3K to go to reach the 10K mark. She has 3.3, and I think she will beat me. I think so. I think she will beat me to 10K. I'm pretty sure her subs are increasing between 70 and 150 a day. Mine are going up by 20 or 30 a day. So you do the math and she will beat me unless she slow down or I increase. And guys, come on, help me win. Help me win. Share it, guys. Don't let her win. If you had millions, you probably wouldn't pick the Philippines to retire. And I disagree. I love it here. Even if I had millions of dollars, if I had 10 millions of dollars. Now, if I had more money and we weren't in the pandemic, I would probably travel more. I'd probably go to Spain for 3-4 months, and then South America for 3-4 months, and then maybe Japan for a month, and then come here for 3 months. I'd probably travel a lot more if I had more money, but I would definitely spend quite a while in the Philippines. I love it here. I love the people. I love the nature. I love the guapa women. Or one girl now. So yeah, it's great here. I don't. I know people who get 10,000 in retirement a month, and they choose to be here. So with 10,000 a month, you could do quite a bit of traveling, but they choose to be here. So I think that says a lot. Comfort room. CR stands for comfort room, not changing room, right, babe? CR stands for comfort room, right? Okay, just getting that confirmed. Cebu seems like an amazing city to live. A really good east meets west place that allows both cultures to combine. Yeah, because before the pandemic, there was a lot of foreigners here, but that's gone drastically down now. But they have these little oases, I call them, like Newtown, where it's basically Western amenities, but in the Philippines. And it's so clean here. It is really, really so clean. You'll see them picking up trash, cleaning the sideways, everything. So it's an amazing place, Newtown. I love it here. Now, there is one minus I found here compared to living in Cebu, is that there are nice restaurants around here, but not as many as Cebu. So there's that. Cebu has more amenities, obviously. So you're sacrificing one thing for another. Så hva er dagens emne? Det er ikke noe emne i dag. Det er åpen forum, som det kalles. Så ja. Du kan spørre hva du vil, Ulf. Thanks. Level of Madness says, I never heard of a comfort room. And that's where you take comfort, my friend. Bathtubs are not a big thing in the Philippines. Yeah, and really, actually, in my old, you guys have seen the old video of my place in Duma, we had a bathtub. I think I used it once or twice. I never used it. Didn't I use it once? I think I used it once, right? You used it once.
Twice.
3 times. Or maybe I used it 3 times in a year and a half. So I don't really know. You need a bathtub. It's hot outside, and do you really want to go into hot water? Probably not. Mia working on them videos. Yep. We are going to start seeing more skin. Nope. She's using her brains, not her skin, mate.
You can see my brain. I'll skin it out.
She's going to skin out her brain. I hear sex sells. Yeah, but it gets boring. Just saying from an advertisement viewpoint. Yeah, but you have a good point there, Level of Madness. But you look at the girls that just use their bikinis and jump around in bikinis and look at me type of girls and showing off their asses and all that. They reach a point and it just levels off. I'm sorry, but like if you're watching one of these girls in bikinis, there's probably hundreds of them in the Philippines. But you see this one girl in bikini. How many times can you see her in a bikini before you get bored? If she doesn't have content and there's no there, if you're like, is anybody home? Type of person. I'm sorry, but I get bored of it. I mean, I've watched some of their stuff and it's like, oh God, it's so boring. So you got to have content for me. And would Mia have more subs if she ran around in a bikini? Probably. Will I allow it as her boyfriend? No. If she wants to do that, she can leave the house and go find somebody else. Because I won't put up with that shit. I can tell you that right now. There's the door, exactly. Do you plan to learn the local language? That's a good question. Actually, I wanted to learn. Okay, but story behind me is I actually planned to stay only here for 8 months, but then I stayed longer and then the pandemic hit. So I should probably, but right now we're planning to leave once this place opens up. I mean, once we can go to different countries. But if we do come back and decide to settle in the Philippines, yes, my goal is to learn the language. I really do, because I really think if you come to a place, you need to learn the language. When I went to Norway, I learned Norwegian. And so, any place you go to, if you're planning on staying, you should put the effort to learn the language. I haven't put the effort, and that's not good of me, but I will. I will. That's a promise I've made to Mia, and that's a promise I can make you all. Once a decision is made that I will be staying here, I'll put a 100% effort to learn Visayan, not Tagalog, but Visayan. Cebuano. Do you think it would be a great advantage? Absolutely. But if I did learn it, I wouldn't tell anybody. and and just listen to what people are saying about you. You know what I mean? Um, I think it's a big advantage. I really do, because like if you go to the grocery or to the market and you start talking Cebuano Visayan to them, they're not going to try to give you the skin tax. You know, they're like, oh, this guy lives here. He knows the game. So, okay, it's not 100 pesos. It's 65 pesos per key. No. uh, how would Mia feel about you adding more girlfriends to the portfolio? She's she's if you let me answer, you'll know. She's uh, she, she wants to be the only stock in the portfolio. So it's a high rising stock, but if it does plummet, I lose all. Joke. No, she won't allow multiple stocks. She won't allow a type of ETF, and so it's a one stock portfolio. She said FIFA knows. I'll explain it to you later, babe. Uh, no, you just remind me. Jeffrey says, what happened? Hi, Paul. I love your channel and Mia's too. Any advice for the best beaches to see in the Philippines? Because it will be beaches to see. It will be my first time visiting when it opens. Well, depending on where you go, Bohol has the what's it called, the white Panglao. What's it called, the white sand beach, or in Bohol, isn't it?
No, there's a white sand beach in Negros.
Oh, there's some really nice beaches in Bohol. There's nice beaches everywhere. I'm sure there's some nice beaches here in Cebu as well.
Yeah.
We just have to find them. But Bohol, there's some really nice beaches, and in Negros, there's some nice beaches there. But Bohol is a nice place to go, a really nice place to go. Matthew says, Paul, when the new bridge opens, how much easier will it be to get to restaurants, malls, and it'll be much more accessible? Yes, the new bridge looks like pretty close to done. I'd say 6 months probably or so, and it should be done. So that means we'll have 3 bridges from Lapu-Lapu to Cebu proper, and this last bridge comes out where SMC side is. So you can go straight to SMC side. So that will be wonderful. And thank you for the contribution, Matthew. Let's see. Answered that already. And Michael said, I would like to see you do a live chat where you take a shot of whiskey every time that someone asks you, when will the Philippines open up? How much does it cost to live there? I think I'd be so drunk at the end. I'd be drooling. No, I'm not really a big drinker, so maybe I could do a shot of coffee every time. Talking about that, actually, I need a shot of coffee right now. Drew NC61 says, they say 40s are the old age of your youth and 50s are the youth of your old age. You know, I'm going to be 54 in July, and I don't feel like I'm 54. I remember when I was in my 20s and I look at people at 50, I thought, God, they're so old, you know? But I can still run, I work out, I go swimming. I just don't feel old. The only time I really feel old is like when I get up in the morning. It's like, oh my God, my back, and do some bit of stretches and stuff like that. But I really don't feel old, you know? I mean, maybe when I'm 60 or 70. They say actually it's when you reach 70, you really start going downhill fast. So I got about 16 more years, I think. But I like to work out. I like to stay healthy. So I think it slows down the aging process. I think I look younger than my age. So 2-bit just subbed. Thank you for subbing, 2-bit. She will pass you, buddy. Yeah, that's kind of what I think. Sorry, but you can't compete with cute, sweet, and Filipina.
True.
She says true. It's hard to compete against her because, yes, she's cute. She's young. She's Filipina. She's a girl, you know, and she has good content. So it's very hard to compete. But I am trying. I'm trying my best. She says I'll do it. Nah, she's doing a great job. She'll win, and we'll go out and celebrate. She'll buy me dinner instead of me buying her dinner.
Yeah,
Um,
we'll go to that expensive place.
Me and my boyfriend want to live outside NCR, but should be still near with establishments, small restaurants. I think Cebu is a good place. Yeah, I mean, I really like Cebu. They seem to put a lot of emphasis or more emphasis on infrastructure here. So there's that. You know, it can be trafficated here in Cebu proper, but it's really nice because you'll come to a traffic stop and they have these lights with numbers in it, and you'll see them counting down from like maybe 130 seconds. So you can switch off your. A lot of people just switch off their car or their motorbikes, and you just sit there and you wait. You can go on your phone, you look up, there's 30 seconds left, and then you put your phone in, get ready to go, and then you just go. So it's not this kind of traffic like it was in Duma, everybody pushing through and these big trucks spewing smoke ahead of you. I mean, that happens here too, but not as bad as it was in Duma. So I much prefer the traffic here over Duma. Okay. Level of madness. What is decreasing? Fatality or fertility? When I get there, I can help increase the fertility. I got strong swimmers. Good to know. Level of madness. Good to know. What is the status of the SRRV now? I think it's still on hold. I don't think they've done anything with that, but Gio would have to correct me on that. But I think it's still on hold. But I think once it opens up, most people will still be coming here on a tourist visa. So underbart. Everyone should visit and take themselves a little comfort from time to time. Visit the Philippines, you mean? Yeah, you should, absolutely. Is it hard to get your girlfriend to pass a passport for travel with you? If it's hard, no. It took us, what was it, about 5 weeks, babe? 4 to 5 weeks. The funny story with that, I'll tell you a funny story with Mia. And sometimes you have to push people, right? So I was telling Mia for months, you need to get a passport because once things open up, I intend to travel. And at the time, we didn't. You remember how it was in the in a pandemic. We're still in a pandemic, but during the lockdown, it was one more month, and then we'll open up one more month, and so on. So once things started to open up, I told her, you need to get a passport, and nothing happened, and nothing happened. So I told her, when things open up, I'm gone, with or without you. If you don't have your passport, you're staying, and I'm gone. And man, 4 or 5 weeks later, the passport was there. But sometimes you have to push people. So yeah, it took about 4 or 5 weeks. David Leonard says, coffee time, Paul. Let me buy you your first cup. Thank you. Thank you, David. I'll buy me a cup of coffee once we're out of here.
Thank you.
Wait. If you've seen one, you have them all. Level of madness. Just jump around in bikinis gets old. Yeah, for me it does anyway, but maybe not for you. Level of madness. I used to turn down the volume on the TV while watching the Benny Hill show. I think that is why my vision started to go bad. Probably. The Benny Hill show. That was something, man. Da 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 da. Or something. I can't remember the tune, but that was. That was in the 70s, right, or 80s. Gives away your age there. Level of madness. How do you handle Filipinas tampo? I don't. I told Mia right from the beginning that ain't gonna happen with me. So she doesn't really do tampo. I mean, sometimes she's quiet, but I've talked about this in a different video. As a guy, I think you have to set the frame, and you have to set what you will tolerate and not tolerate in a relationship. And if you don't, things go from good to bad to worse. I think some people can attest to that. And you got to set the frame as a man. And a woman too, actually, she has to tell you what you will tolerate and not tolerate. You have to kind of find that in the beginning. But you don't have to put up with tampo. I mean, tampo sometimes can be good if it's just, instead of saying something that she regrets, she's quiet for a few minutes, or maybe even 10, 20, 30 minutes, maybe even an hour thinking about something before she formulates what she wants to say. But if it's tampo, the type of tampo some girls do here to try to control the man, that's not necessarily a good thing. It's actually a really bad thing, and you should just tell them you won't tolerate it. That's just me, but you approach it the way you want to, but that's the way I approach it. Right, babe? It's so fun to hear Mia reacting and laughing from the background. Yep. Love K. I teach my BF some Tagalog sometimes. Simple daily words. Magandang umaga, hapon, gabi, and mahal kita. Everybody knows mahal kita. Westerns also need to know Filipino bad words. Really? Okay. Already learned one? Gagu. Dang, Paul, you get some old man reading glasses. Squinting the hard makes me think you're in the CR. That's why I needed my 24-inch monitor, because I don't want to be like like that. I actually have my glasses here. Boracay, Palawan, and Romblon, the best beaches in the world.
Yes, true.
Romblon has good beaches, where your mom is from?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Yeah, Palawan. I forgot to mention Palawan. I've been to Palawan, and they have some really nice beaches. They have some really nice islands. They have these trips that you do like island hopping, and you go from one island to, and they're really small islands with beaches and everything. So it's I forgot to mention Palawan. Yeah, Palawan is a great destination. I wouldn't want to live there because it's hard to get to and from Palawan. I think you only can get there by plane. Um, but it's a great place to spend a month or something. But I wouldn't want to live there. But there's a lot to see in Palawan, and they have some awesome seafood. Hi, Paul. Do you miss Norway? I went there 10 years ago during the winter months, and I froze. I actually lived in Norway for 15 years, so I speak Norwegian fluently. And yes, I do miss Norway. One of our plans, we have many plans, me and Mia. One of our plans is actually to go live in Norway for a few years. We'll see whether that happens or not. But yeah, I'd love to go back. Um, the plan was to go back, and then the pandemic hit. I was going to go and take care of some stuff and spend a few months in Norway, but then the pandemic hit, and all that went away. Ken says, my wife is teaching me a few words a day of Bisayan, but it's not easy. Yeah, I started learning Spanish back a long time ago when I was thinking of maybe moving to Spain, and you got to, like, I started listening to Spanish music. I started watching Spanish movies. I started listening when I was driving to a CD which was teaching you Spanish. So I was like trying to immerse myself in the language. So I think that's really the only way you can learn a language. You got to immerse yourself fully into it. With all concerned, what are your feelings about age gap between males and females? Well, I've covered that in several videos, but I'll put it this way. I think if two grown-ups like each other and thrive, I think it's fine. Um, I think we in the West have this mentality that age gap is really bad. We're brought up with that. We're brought up to think that way, and we're brought up to think a certain way, right? If you watch TV, the movies, it's you meet a girl, you marry a girl, and it lasts forever, right? That's the way we're brought up, and they're always the same age. But if you look back in history, the age gap relationship is a normal thing. It's not an unusual thing. So younger women being with older men, marrying older men is a very usual thing. It's not an unusual thing. It's only in the modern times that this has become a no-no and looked down upon. So morality is something that's dynamic. It's not something that is static in time. So, um, you know, I think it's fine. I mean, I'm with Mia. She's a bit younger than me, a few years younger than me, and we have a great time. I mean, I know she loves being with me. I love being with her. And I think as long as people are happy, both parties are happy, that's a great thing. I think in every relationship, somebody gains something out of the relationship. Both parties gain something. Level of Madness says, Ken Roach, when I was in Norway, I was impressed with the very, very large yellow plow trucks. Yeah, the ones that remove the snow. Boss Rice says, a baby will make you feel old. Okay, so note to self, no babies. Ego says, I liked your dual interview video with Gio. Good info, good flow. Yeah, that was that banter forward and backwards between me and Gio, I think makes good videos. We'll probably make a few more of those. And also, I'm doing a moto vlog where I'm ordering the stuff today, actually. I was going to order it yesterday, and there were some issues with ordering it, so I need to look at that after this live cast and figure out why I can't order it right now. But I'm ordering these intercoms, and I've got 2 of these cams, so 1 for each person, and then we'll be driving and talking about some subject matter and making comments and stuff. So I'm excited about those videos, and hopefully they turn out the way I want them to turn out. So yeah. Mr. Ron says, good morning, Paul, and everyone from Davao City. Good morning, Mr. Ron. Kat says, haha, you did the same pushing strategies with my partner just to get myself a passport. Yeah. Sometimes you have to push the Filipinas. I live in MLA. I guess that's Manila. In BGC, NCR, still lockdown makes me think to live outside Manila. Tips on Manila versus Cebu. I spent one day in Manila, and I left. So that should tell you what I think about Manila. But Cebu is wonderful. If you're a city guy type, come to Cebu, man. Manila has got all this problems with the COVID and the pandemic that Cebu doesn't seem to have. So I would, if it's me, I would leave Manila and come to Cebu. That's just me. Hit the like button, smash the like button, guys. Completely agree. Any problems getting a family doctor and prescriptions there? No problems getting a doctor. Prescriptions here are more expensive. They can be a lot more expensive. So what I do is I order it online from the US and have it shipped here. So currently I don't really get a lot of medicines. There's just one medicine that I get once in a while, and that's it. So and if you have some type of prescription deal in the US, it can be a lot cheaper than here. I don't know why medicine is so expensive here, but it is. Just arrived 2:30 a.m. at my hotel in Finland. It's cold as balls here. Wish I was in the Philippines. Keep up the good work, Paul. Thank you, Michael. What do you do in Finland, by the way? Same here. NE doesn't do tempo. She knows it. She knows it ticks me off. Yeah. So you've basically set the frame wrong. You've told her you're not going to put up with that, so she doesn't do it. And they don't have to. It's just why, babe? Why do you guys do tempo? Is it to control the guy? Let's see if she tells the truth now.
Huh?
Why do girls here do tempo?
Why?
To control, isn't it?
To get what we want.
To get what we want. Exactly. So that's a control issue. So don't.
I don't do tempo.
No, you don't.
Clap to myself.
Yeah.
I'm past that.
There we go. Now you can let her grow on you like Miss. Like Miss. Okay? Thank you for that, I guess. The passport story you told us was funny. I bet Mia ran to the passport office. I did hear it is hard to get girlfriends out of the countries. Lots of questions from security at the airport. Yeah, they have what they call offloading. So sometimes they get offloaded. And to stop that from happening, there's many things you can do. First, you can open her a bank account, make sure she's getting some type of monthly income into the bank account so she shows. The other thing you can do is sign her up for some classes where you're going, like apply for some night classes in a school or something, show that you might be taking some night classes. What else did we plan to try to stop you from getting offloaded? Get married. Get married. Shut up already. She got me. What else were we planning? She says get married and she starts laughing. No. Passport is not issue. Question arises both visas for specific destinations and sometimes Philippines government will put conditions on exiting women associated with foreign men as company. Yes, that's what they call offloading. I just mentioned that and how to try to stop that. Oh yeah, having pictures of you together, videos of you together. Now Mia has a YouTube channel. I have a YouTube channel, and mine is over a year old. So they'll see some videos of us together, so there's no, what they're really afraid of is that you're taking a girl and you're going to traffic her. That's what they're really worried about. So you have to, in a way, prove that that's not the case. And I think with me and Mia, it's kind of easy to prove. So there shouldn't be an issue. But if there is, we'll vlog it for sure. Rocco says the squinting comes from eating all that rice. Actually, I have not eaten rice since Mia came back. We haven't had rice since you came back, have we?
I ate rice of a German restaurant.
You did, but I didn't. Maybe I had a bit.
You had a bit.
Yeah, I had a handful of yours. That's right. But very little rice. Is it affordable to buy real estate in Norway? Absolutely not. Norway is expensive, very expensive country. So it's not affordable. Mia's opening the curtains. Love K says Palawan is my favorite province place, but not a good place to live there. Yeah, completely agree. Very nice place. Babe, can you close that? It's really disturbing my eyes. Yes, close it, please. There's a reason I had it closed. Hello, Paul from Greensboro, North Carolina, and you're right about Tampo. In a relationship, as the men and female have to set the tone on what they will put up with, like I did with my Manila lady. Yeah, that's exactly right. I always say you have to set the frame in a relationship. Pure Alpha Life. I like that name. You are so right. You're very red-pilled and awake. Yes, I've... for those who don't know what that is, it's probably best to Google it. But I always recommend 2 books, and that's An Unplugged Alpha with Richard Cooper, and then A Rational Male by Rollo Tommaso. Those are the 2 books that I've read, and I love them both. The first book I mentioned was the easiest to read, but and has a lot of good information. Love K, passport is easy to process in the Philippines as long as you have enough documents. Yes, so that's what basically we used. How long did you use to get all your documents? About a month, babe? Was it about a month it took you to get all your documents, all the police clearance, the barangay? How long did it take you? 2 weeks it took you?
2 weeks, almost 2 weeks, just 1 week. You gotta work it for like day one, and then you gotta have the consistency to go there.
Yeah. So Mia says if you work it, the documents you can have it from 1 week to 2 weeks, but you got to work it, and then the actual application process, getting the passport, was about a month. So it went a lot faster than I thought it would. Actually, I was surprised. Hi, Paul. Good to see things are going well for you. Nice condo. Take care always. Regards from the Surrey Hills, United Kingdom. Paul, Mia knows if you take her to Norway, no to live, you will marry her. She's in it to win it. Is she okay with a prenuptial? Yes, she's okay with a prenup. In it to win it. It means you're thinking long term. It means you want marriage in the end. You're in it, like you're in the game to win the game. The game being, the relationship, marriage, and so on. Yeah, but back to the prenup. Yeah, we've talked about prenup. I've told her there's absolutely no way in hell I'd get married without a prenup. So, shut up, Mia. Do you recommend starting a new life for a 50-year-old in the Philippines? Absolutely. Absolutely. Yes. There's no doubt in my mind. Here's a good place to restart your life. Of course, you have to have your finances in order. I recommend $1,500 to $2,000 per month, plus at least $25K in reserves. So if you have that, it's a good place to start. Restart your life. If not, probably work a few more years and achieve, financial security. Mr. Ron says Tampo is used for control. Yes, absolutely. They use it to get what they want. Sure. You can if you want. Could you explain what frame means? I'm not gonna get into the red pill kind of stuff, guys. Read that book by Richard Cooper, and Unplugged Alpha, to understand what frame and understand more red pill look on relationships. But I'm not going to get into that. But basically, you set the frame, meaning like you set the and the women are basically are the icing on the cake, not the whole cake. But I'm not gonna get into that. What is tempo? Is that like whining? No, it's like they go quiet. They don't say anything. You try talking to them, they refuse to talk to you. They won't look at you. They'll walk away. They want to make you feel really bad, and then the guy always gives in. Oh, baby, what's going on? I'm so sorry, even though I'm not sorry. Don't know what I'm sorry for. And then they'll go tempo some more, and then in the end, you're this little and they're this big, and that way they assert control over you in a way. So you really don't want that to happen. If they start tempo, you know what you say? You say, "There's the door. When you're done with your tempo, you can come back." That's what you tell them, and then they'll stop the tempo real quick. On the subject of learning a new language, try this. Watch Disney movies over and over until you almost know it by heart. Then switch it to the new language you want to learn. What do you think? That's never tried that, but I don't know if I choose a Disney movie. But yeah, I did that with the Spanish. I'd watch the Spanish movie, so it'd be, and then the subtitles would be at the bottom, so I'd recognize the words and see the English words. So that's what I did to try to learn Spanish. In the end, I didn't succeed, but I think I would have if I'd gone to Spain and decided to stay there instead of coming to the Philippines. David says, getting married would do it. Yeah. Get married, love the fast response from Mia to the question of getting offloaded. I guess offloading would never happen even at the airport. If you're married, yeah, I don't think so. Happy wife, happy life. I think the
Happy man, happy life.
happy wife, happy life. Yeah, that I think that says it all. As long as the wife is happy, life is for the man is good, right? So that's why you don't get married, because there's no saying for the man like happy husband, happy life. It's only if the wife is happy. That's what should tell you about marriage. Close the shades. Too much rice. Glad you guys are now. Glad you guys are now together from Pan. Thank you. You have to prove you're not Matt Getz. Oh, that's that Republican that had a relationship with a few women, right? Um, it's funny. The people that scream most about morality are usually the guys that have the least morals. Fine. um, Tempo is not to control your man. It depends on how you take your tempo as a woman. Okay. What's it for then? Paul, you have been to Mahawk and Kaut in the northern tip of Cebu? No, never been to the northern part, so we plan to go to the northern part. Probably next week, yeah, babe?
Huh?
Probably go next week
Where?
to the northern part.
Yeah.
But we need to get the intercom. So I don't know. I'm still waiting for some stuff to get here, so we can get it all together. But yeah, we're planning on going very soon. I was reading they are planning major resort investments in that area. I don't know after this pandemic if there's going to be any type of investment in resorts. All the resorts right now are pretty much empty. So I think it'll be a while. They might have planned it, but currently no. I think everything is on hold. Tempo if I need to compose my thoughts and my emotions. Yeah, that's what Mia said too. Yeah, I'd rather shut up for a while than fighting than talk about it when both are calm. Yes, that's a good way of using tempo, but that doesn't take days or one day. That takes minutes to an hour, to compose your thoughts. I mean, unless you're very slow, which I assume you're not, Love K. Australians can do a de facto relationship and bring a girl to Australia without marrying her providing they have lived together for 12 months. Does anything like that exist for Norway? I believe Norway has it where you can bring her for up to 3 months. And then she has to leave. So, and there might be possibility of extending. But as of now, I'm not going to Norway for at least the next 6 months. So I haven't really. I was reading about that. I can, if you're thinking about that, Carl, shoot me an email. I've got links to that, and I can send you all that. I've got all that in OneNote. So yeah, I think it's 3 months if I remember correctly. You can take her to Norway. But if we're gonna live in Norway, yeah, marriage is the only way, as far as I know. The only thing I could find was that you have to be married. As a woman, to get what I want, I make lambing. Lamping. What does that mean, babe?
Like I sit beside you and I started hugging you.
So that means sitting beside you, hugging you, just being lovey-dovey.
Yeah.
Ah, okay. Wow. Fighter jets right above. Level of madness, 1,500 to 2,000 a month to live there. How much does a pint of blood go for? I don't know. Right now with the pandemic, you probably get a lot for it, buddy. Lamping is being extra sweet to your partner, better than tampon. Absolutely, much better. Pure alpha. They can email me at the email he puts. I will explain. Okay, Pure Alpha is willing to explain. You don't really have to explain it. You just have to Google it, man. Anybody who's wondering about that, just Google it. Mike Mickey says, I did not know Mia was with you, but greetings to you, to Mia. Hope all is good for you. Greetings from Mike Mickey. Offer a tampon. Apparently, prenup is just part one. After wedding, there is something called a postnup. Yes, to make 100% watertight. Filipino-P's lawyer told us about postnups. Worth Googling postnup, guys. Yes, postnup is also important because they can contest a prenup and they can say, well, I didn't understand what I was signing or was stressed or whatever. But if you do a postnup every so often, it shows that she did understand it and she still agrees to it. So no Disney movies, just Debbie Does Dallas. Debbie Does Dallas. Rocco says, no, when they do tempo, you introduce your girlfriend to them. Your new girlfriend, I'm assuming. Igo says, tempo equals timeout. If I get the silent treatment, I'm going to take a long walk without saying where I am going. You can sit here if you want. You want to? Let me just do this.
Okay. I think that's okay, maybe. I can move here.
Wait. Is that better?
Yeah, that's better. That's good.
Happy wife equals miserable husband. Just about. It's all about her. Wealthy husband equals happy wife. At least till the money runs out. Paul, don't knock it before you really try it. We loved Manila. Good hotel with a swimming pool on the roof and the mall just over the street, Mall of Asia, Harbor View restaurants. We had a driver. Yeah, I should knock it. You're right. But I spent one day there and it just, to me, that I don't even remember where I was, to be honest, but I was just like, the traffic was horrible. It was just full of people everywhere, and I was there for a 3-week vacation. I don't want to be here. I'd rather go somewhere else. And I went to, I think it was Cebu or Palawan or something, and I much enjoyed it much more. So, yeah, But yeah, maybe I should try Manila. I shouldn't knock it really, but Manila, I think it's really. If you think Cebu is trafficated, I think Manila is a lot worse. Happy hubby, don't get chubby. Yeah, I was telling Mia we don't let's not fall back to our food habits because I've lost weight, a lot of weight, and I don't want to gain weight. So I want to make sure. Like yesterday, we went for lunch, and I told her we're not ordering two different lunches. We're just ordering one, and that way we go out of here not like completely full, but just semi full, and we don't gain weight. So, but I did have an ice cream the other day, so that
That
was
was a cheat.
that was a cheat day. But God, we walked a lot that day. We were walking the malls, and we walked and walked and walked. So I think we burnt more calories than we consumed too. So happy wife, happy life. No, happy husband has two girlfriends. I guess I need one more then. Joke lang. Crazy man has two girlfriends. Yeah,
Or more than.
more than. Yeah. Tempo is better than nagging or non-stop fighting. Yeah, but if that's the case, it's time to move on, right? I mean, if me and Mia were always arguing and getting into fights and she was nagging me all the time, like,
If you're not
listen,
happy in a
listen,
relationship, you just have to get out.
I'm happy not being in a relationship. So if I'm in a relationship and it doesn't make me happier than me not being in a relationship, then I'm not in that relationship anymore. So, I mean, if that girl is nagging and continues fighting and all that, it's like, leave already. I've been in a relationship like that, and that she was gone after a few months. She liked to fight. She actually told me she likes to get into fights, and then it's like, that's not me. I like calm. I like peace. The best time to start building structures for a business is now. Probably, yeah. With the high unemployment and all that, you're probably right. Do locals prefer Western Asian men versus Western white men? That's a good question for,
What's the difference?
like, for example, a Filipino guy that grew up in the U.S. and retires here, or a white guy that she says white guys. They're kind of racist that way, aren't they? Matthew says Matt Gates is hardly the first single guy to use sugar daddy sites, and he was in the early 30s and single. Mutual beneficial relationships are fine. Yeah, absolutely. I completely agree. I don't know what the big ordeal. I need to look into this Matt Gates guy, obviously, but I don't know. They're making a big thing out of it in the U.S. So I'm not sure why. I mean, they sound like no woman has ever given benefits to a guy for money. Like this is something unusual. It's never happened in history. This is the first time it happens. Uh, uh, Miss,
That's Maria. You read it, that's Maria.
she's talking to somebody else. Talking to John. I'm not gonna start chatting with a girl online. Day two, she breaks out, "I love you." How can they possibly think this is okay? What would a girl do? Why would a girl do this? Low self esteem. Why did they do that, babe? Why did they say "I love you" after 1 or 2 days? I don't know. I think some of them feel. My theory is, and I'll just tell you my theory. Okay, it might be a stupid theory, but I think they fall in love with your surrounding, and they put it all in one. It's like a big thing for them. It's like you're in the middle of it, and there's all this stuff around it, and they just love everything about it. They love the whole deal, if you will. You're part of the deal, so they love the whole deal. I think that's what they when they say "I love you" after 2 days. I don't, if that's happened to me when I was living in the U.S. and I chatted with girls and they would say "I love you," and my questions to them, I'd ask them, "What does love mean to you?" And they could never answer that. They'd be like silence, absolute silence. So I don't think they even understand what they mean. I think they say when I love you, it's just like I like you. But yeah, it's kind of weird. It is weird. What a beautiful couple. Well, thank you, Drew. Scott Anderson. Now that the value added to the video, the 2 for 1 on screen now. Yeah, value addition. Is any attractive girl in Pattaya a working girl?
Is that in Taiwan? Pattaya? Oh yeah, it's in Thailand. I saw this one blogger.
Are there attractive girls that are working girls? Yeah, I'm sure, but I wouldn't touch them with my. I wouldn't touch them. Let me put it that way. Me is in the video. Finally get some eye candy. Predicting views will go up now. They're going up 186. If I wear a Rolex in Phils, will I be a target? Yes, probably, but there's so many people wearing fake Rolexes, they'll probably think it's a fake Rolex. But since you're a white guy, I'm assuming you're a white guy, I can't really tell, and there's no picture there, you probably would be a target. I wouldn't wear a Rolex, let me put it that way.
Oh, you noticed that?
Why are you doing that?
I just doing like that.
Yeah, she's doing that.
It's nothing.
It's nothing, she says. Who do Filipinos like Korean? Why do Filipinos like Koreans so much? They love Korean music. They love Korean food. They love everything about Korea. It's because there's a lot of Koreans here, right? They bring their culture with them. A lot of Koreans come here to learn English. They have these English schools. Well, not now, but pre-pandemic, they have these English schools that are very cheap compared to what is in Korea. They come here and they have a really good time, and they learn English here by actually Filipinos and Filipinas that are very good in English, teaching them English. So it's a good deal for them and a good deal for the Philippines. So, and I guess that's when Korean music got introduced and Korean food. And I love Korean food now. Korean food is really good. Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
She loves Chinese also. The quote for husband.
Just the food, okay?
Just the food, yeah. Keep the belly full and the.
Stomach empty.
No, not the stomach. Keep the belly full and something here empty. Let's see. I don't have a problem getting robbed with my Rolex. Spelled with 2L. Okay. Happy man, no fat cows, and now vows and no vows. Yeah, there's very few hippos and whales in the Philippines. Let me put it that way. Very hard to find, but not so hard to find in the U.S. So there's that. Rocco Hyden said, "No, Paul, I think you've got it figured out. It's better to set the boundaries right from the start. And if you want to throw Tampa at you, she can't complain if you start packing your suitcase." Well, I won't be packing my suitcase. This is my. She'll be the one packing her suitcases.
I don't have a suitcase. I just have a bag.
I'll let you borrow mine. No problem.
Return it later.
Gats, they are saying, was doing things with girls under the age of legal consent in the USA of 18. Okay. That's what they're saying, but is it proven? If she was on that website, what was it called again? What did he call it? Sugar baby or sugar daddy or whatever. If she was on there, she should have been over 18, right? And if she wasn't, she lied about it. So that's not on him. That's on her. 99.9% of Filipinos do not even know what a Rolex looks like, so you will be safe. I wear one there all the time. Okay. Why wear such an expensive watch? No proof of that at all. You trust the news? Oh, you're talking about Gets? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, and the news sometimes does have an agenda, so you have to be careful about that. And I just, I mean, okay, what if she was 17 years, 364 years old, 364 days old? I mean, she's under 18, right? But that's the U.S. One day under 18, and you're in trouble if you're a politician, especially. And he's I don't know if he did or not. That's something I guess that will come out in the end. With all, I'm sure there's videotape. I'm sure there's recordings and everything, and I'm sure he's in a lot of trouble if he did, um, as he should be. But you know, if he met her on this sugar daddy site, as this one guy says, then that site will be in trouble, I guess, because I think they have to be over 18, right, to be on that site. He's on the hit list. Yeah, he is. What are your Brian says, Paul, what are your plans for your channel? What are Mia's plans for her channel? Okay, so I've talked about this briefly, but we're ordering some intercoms for the helmets, and we're going to be recording our conversation and recording our trips to different places. So we plan to go places and record that. So, and do some talks, do some live casts. What else? Did I forget something? Okay, she's quiet today. So yeah, and go to do some restaurant reviews, talk about the city, talk about dating here in Cebu, and just a bit of everything really. But moto vlog is what I'm really looking for now. Just give you guys an idea of how it is to live here and go places where there's a lot of Filipinos, film, uh, just so you get a feel for the Philippines. Wearing Rolex in province, yeah, some might not know it. Nothing to worry about. But here in Manila, if you wear it, you'll wear it in BGC, Makati, they know it. But people don't mind, don't worry, unless you go to the slums. Anyway, if you wear what happened? Wait. I tried to start it, babe.
Okay.
Yeah, it's okay. Let me unplug and unplug it here. There we go. Camera's back on. Start cam. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. I was sorry. Had technical issues right there. Where was I now?
Up, down.
Down?
No. Don't go too fast, baby. Down. There.
Mia is getting an hypoallergic reaction from her earrings. Custom Jewelry does that, and even some 10K girl. Douglas says hello from Seattle. Wonder if you miss your beautiful home in the U.S. Like your video room. Any regrets coming here? It was really hard selling the house. I bought that house in 2010, 2011, 2010, I think it was 2010, and I sold it in 2019. And so I had it for 9 years, and it was hard. I had all my stuff and belongings there. It was hard to sell, but do I have any regrets coming here? No. I love it here. The only thing I really miss from the US is working. I loved my job. I loved working. I loved being an engineer. So I miss that. Sometimes I can find that life here can be a bit boring compared. I used to work 60 to 80 hours a week, and I worked out, and So I had a really busy life in the US compared to here. So that's my only thing that I miss. But do I regret moving here? No, I love it here. But I really didn't plan to come here and stay here. I planned to come here for 8 months and then leave, and then life happened. Korean food is not Chinese food. True, true. They're different. Scott Anders, some of my gold necklace turned my neck green. What is up with that? Okay, I never heard that. This stream is showing all Paul and part Mia. Can we change?
I'll get up soon.
Why don't you take that pillow so you can sit on that pillow so you get higher? Because you're on this part where it says the name. We don't mind if we keep the microphone, Paul, but I want to see Mia.
Okay, is this enough?
Yeah, it should be enough. Okay. There's more than one girl they're referring to, not proven yet. Oh, talking about Matt Gaetz again. I mean, if he's been on that sugar daddy site, he's probably had lots of women. And there's nothing wrong in that. If that's what he wants and that's what those girls want, that's fine. That's up to them. They're grown-ups. The stuff with Gaetz is politics to get a tough guy out of the Democrats' way. It's not real gold, says George. Scott says, level of madness. The green comes from you having a high pH level on your skin reacting to other non-gold materials that turn green. Okay, because I've never heard of gold turning green. If Mia asked to ride the motorcycle first, you may be in trouble. Yeah, she's not riding any motorbikes, I can tell you that. That's MA stands for Maria. Maria Louise Obina says, hello, Mia, Filipina girl here. How did you guys meet? Stay in love and happy.
Hi.
Mia has a video on that today, so you can watch that video. But in short, we met.
It's just a short version.
Just a short version, yeah. In short, we met at a restaurant, and how we stay happy, that's in that video there. So if you go watch that, it was just released today, and she talks about that in a way, right?
Yeah.
So much as I hate Gaetz politics, let him go. She was 17, legal in many states. It only became illegal because he moved across state lines, thus breaking federal law upon sex trafficking. Which is kind of weird, because in the US, they talk about moving across from one state to another as if it's two different countries. It's the same countries. It's the same country. I never quite understood that part with the states, because in the states you have many different states. But there's laws, like if you move, if you go with a girl who's 17 years old from one state to another, she might be legal in that state, but if you go with her to another state, it's called sex trafficking.
Has a different rules. Like they have different
I know,
laws.
which is, but trying to keep up with 52 states, different laws, I think it's kind of hard. But that's the US. Okay, I'm getting your vibe. Who cares about Gaetz? All I want is my visa to get the hell out of here. Yes. There are definitely more important things in life than talking about politicians. Yeah, that's a good comment, Rocco. Richard says, poor Gio is walking about all lonely with his new DJI Pocket gimbal camera. Yeah, that camera is really nice. It's really nice. I'm jealous, Gio. Employ Gio as your cameraman to film you both on your travels. He has the equipment to be your crew, LOL. Well, actually, I'm getting the intercom. I'm thinking of actually getting 4, because Sean is also here. And what I want to do is, like, we'll be traveling and we're going to have at least, I have the GoPro and then I have a Chinese knockoff here, and putting those in two different helmets, and then also talking. And plus, Gio has his, and we can edit afterwards, and we can talk about different things. And a lot of funny things happen when you're traveling. You know, you'll see a lot of weird stuff. So that's the plan. But I need to get the intercom, and before that, I might just film to film without talking. But yeah, that's we'll be doing some more collabs, me and Gio, for sure. He's back. You tell us what happened. Oh, that's when I lost. Mia kicked the cord. No, I've got a new setup compared to how I had it in Duma. So I don't know. It just kicked off the cam for some reason. Not sure why. But once I reset it, it worked. I'm not sure what's going on there, but it's good that Mia is there to help you through the technical issues. Yeah. What have you found things to do to keep yourself busy? Well, actually, YouTube has come in handy there because that kind of keeps me busy, kind of keeps me on you know, my creative part. Let me put this. I help Mia with her channel. I do my channel. I also, you know, take care of my stocks. Then we plan to travel. Me and Mia like to watch movies at night. Not movies, one movie at night. And so by the time we get up, we answer comments, we work on videos we're going to shoot, then we might go have lunch, then we work out, then we come back, we might shoot a video or talk about more things we're going to do. So I don't know, a whole day goes, right? We're always busy. And since Mia came back, we've been busy with unpacking, moving stuff to storage, moving stuff from storage to the condo, and we're still not quite finished. So
there's a lot to do.
There's a lot to do. There's always something. There's always something coming up. Bills in the US have to be paid, and just always something. There's always something. Having to research stuff, like, for example, going to Norway, researching her passport. There's always something to do. Do you recommend selling your house, moving to the Philippines, using the funds to live off? Okay, I don't know how much your house is worth, but I don't know your age and how much social security you're getting. They have these retirement calculators that you can take the money you sell from the house, you can put into stock and REITs and ETFs and all that, and get a certain return every year. And I'd rather live off the returns than to live on the principal, because once you start withdrawing the principal, and if you don't have any type of income, that's not a good thing. But I assume you're getting some type of social security in the near future, Billy, so that will also help. Yeah, next one. In the other apartment, Mia was hiding behind the mic, and now she's hiding behind the chat banners. Yeah, she's always hiding.
That's why my name's Mia.
Missing in action, yeah. Next one. When Mia got into shot, suddenly the room became brighter, and that's even with the curtains closed. Thank you, Richard. Todd Freeman says, I'm not trolling you, but I'm from USA and I cannot comment on the politics. Excuse me, I'm in Mexico living months now. Okay. Any jewelry that's not 24K is not pure gold, and other metals are mixed in with that, is what turns green from the body acid. Okay, yeah, true, but you can't really have jewelry in 24K because it's too soft. Was in CDO last year in Bohol. I taught in China, Gosu University, 12 years. Think I have job in car teaching if I ever get there. Okay. Karkar, that's the place we went through. Is that with all the cockroaches? Oh my god. Yeah, we didn't really particularly care for Karkar. We were there. We stopped there by because we got stuck there because it was raining and we stayed there.
We're not supposed to stay there.
Yeah,
but we got stuck there.
Not a city. We didn't like that city at all. We left as soon as we could. I saw her video today. She said you are guapo.
He's guapo, yeah.
In her eyes, I am. Love always puts you up 2 or 3 points. And then they fall out of love and they say, what did I ever see in that guy? Okay, next. Okay, wait, it's 8:30. I'm gonna go on 30 more minutes, guys, and then I'm heading out. Anything about vaccine passport? Had both Moderna shots. I haven't heard anything. I've heard talk about it, but no formal discussion, not discussion, but formal agreement on what's going to be done there. But I don't know. I would hope they would come up with something that's international, but it doesn't seem like these politicians can do anything right. So we'll leave it at that. The USA has some messed up hypocrisy laws based on hardline religions. Not 16 plus is normal in many countries, but not the USA. Well, yes, this age thing is hard because, to me, every girl matures at a different level, right? Both intellectually and physically, and but you have to put an age limit somewhere. In Norway, it's 16. In the US, it's 18, and I think whatever country you are in, you have to respect that age limit, that law. Next. Hi there, Mia. Did you get any of the redundancy when Paul lost his job as Geo wingman? Because, me and Geo were here alone and we were filming together. I guess that's what he means. It's not okay for a member of Congress to do this. Hello. Yeah. Go back.
USA has 50 states. I told you about it.
I keep saying 52. I don't know why.
It's a deck of cards.
It's a deck of cards. It's not. Yeah, you're right. It's not okay, even if you're a member. But a member of Congress, I don't think should be. I mean, I don't know. I think humans are humans. Whether you're a member of Congress or in the Vatican, you have. I mean, I'm sure he has his needs, right? So, I'm not saying it's okay, but it's kind of. As long as she was over 18, I'm not going to judge him. I'm not the kind of guy who's going to judge a person based on what he does sexually. 52 is a deck of cards. Yeah. So there are actually some states where the legal age is 16. So I guess the age of consent is set by the state and not by the federal government. Which, to me, that should be a federal thing, but I guess not.
Hello, Dai, Mia. Guwapa kayo ka sa video.
Read it higher.
Unta magkakulab ta pohon kanang may nakita. Oh, hi! Napadin kay channel. Muna yung name sa mo channel?
Your little Panay, yeah. What does it mean, babe? Say it in English.
She said that I'm so pretty. What's that?
Fighter jets again.
Fighter jets?
Yeah.
She said I am pretty and she wants to do collab soon. If her English is
better. Okay. If you're a travel vlogger in the Philippines, you really, really have to have a drone. Well, guys, I've said when I reach 10K, I get a drone. So you got to share my videos to get me to 10K. But actually, Geo is getting a new drone, and hopefully I can borrow his drone once in a while. Till I get my own drone. But I've seen people who have drones. I actually don't use it that much, but a drone would be good. We've had some occasions where we said, oh my God, if we only had a drone now. Yeah, it was in Negros. Some beautiful nature.
Very
Yeah.
beautiful.
Are the gyms there currently open? Yes, they are, and we plan to visit some because the ones that is in the building here is not good enough for the long term. Mr. Ron says, I'm more concerned about getting good internet than what some congressman is doing. Yeah. How does Mia like Cebu, Mactan, Newtown area?
I love Cebu. Like, I just. Why are you wearing that anyway?
We don't have the boom mic.
Oh, okay. So I love Cebu and I wanted to explore Cebu. Especially, I want to go back to that bridge. It's a very beautiful bridge with a very beautiful view. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, the Lapo to Cebu
Yeah.
bridge. Yeah, there's a lot to see here.
Yeah, there's a lot to see.
There's tops. You haven't been there.
Where's stops?
It's like at the top of Cebu, and you can see the whole of Cebu from there. It's restaurants and everything. Yeah, yeah.
Oh.
So yeah, she's very excited. She's like a kid in a candy store.
Donuts.
I have to control her. Control. Control yourself, woman. Rocco says, what are you talking about, Paul? You helping Mia? I've heard that Mia is trying to help you with your channel pretty soon. Yeah, pretty soon. Yeah, I agree. I told her, don't forget the people who helped you.
Yeah.
Like some vloggers. What does it say? 2 for 1. Please mic Mia up. I don't have an extra mic, and the boom mic that the boom mic we can't use because the table here doesn't have a lip, so we can't. But I've ordered one of those table things, so we can set it on the table. So that should be here probably in about. It said the 4th of May, so about a week or so. Maybe you guys can start an introduction service in Cebu. Dinner and dancing, I'll come. Our channel is not about introduction of other girls, so there's channels that do that all the time. I wanted to ask Mia if this is her first time in Cebu, but since we can't hear her without a mic, just skip the question. I'll answer it for you.
You want me to answer it? You're putting it. Okay. No, it wasn't my first time here in Cebu, but it's my first time staying here for a longer time, like 6 months. I mean, I was here when
You came with me?
yeah, when I came with you and sent you back to the US. Yeah, I sent him back to the US.
Yeah, she was here once, and she really enjoyed it. And now we're here living, so she's excited. Are we going to get some Mactan walkabout videos? Yes, absolutely.
Walk and talk.
Walk and talks. Yep, coming. Just we need to settle in, guys. So I've ordered new equipment, and that's a big expense. And there's more expenses coming. The moving was expensive. I've been paying double rent for her there and me here, plus the moving here, plus storage. So there's been a lot of expenses. And like I said, I'm ordering more equipment, and we're getting settled in. So I think in about a week or two, you're going to start seeing a lot more videos. So depending on your age, it can be okay to live off the principal of your saving retirement accounts. You can't take it with you. Yeah, depending on your age. That's exactly right. So if you're 50 years old, you should live off the principals. The return on the investment. Yeah. Has Mia cleaned out all the snakes in Mactan, Newtown? Okay, guys. I think it's the... Yeah, open. Yeah, we have a issue with our aircon. Oh, it's just the water? Yeah, get some money for the water. That's the water delivery people. We're supposed to have someone here coming at 8 to fix the aircon, but they haven't showed up. So when they show up, I'll have to say goodbye. There are too many snakes. She just has to adapt. Just read EU will be open to fully vaccinated Americans this summer. Just read EU will be open to fully vaccinated Americans this summer. So there you go. It started now. Car near the Mother Mary Shrine. Right, Paul. The higher carat gold jewelry comes from. Yeah. Let him in. Right, Paul. Higher carat golds from places like Turkey and such, up to 18K to 20K carat, but more for show pieces because it wears down and gets thinner the more it is handled. Yep, it's too soft. Mike Mickey says, I really believe you both have great respect for each other and see you gel very well. I wish you great success in all you do together. Thank you, Mike. Do you like any Filipinos such as sisig or balut? Not balut, but sisig, yes. Paul, it looks like you had your nose broken a couple of times. Were you ever a boxer, mixed martial arts, street fighter, or just a street fighter like me? I actually used to box, but I didn't break it in boxing. I broke it in a fight. So yeah, I've been in a few fights and I used to box. So, but that's my younger days. I don't fight anymore. I'm peaceful. I do, however, hit the bag when there's a boxing bag, and I got some mitts. So that's really good. It's a really good workout, as you probably know, Chicano. Boxing is a fantastic workout. It really is. USA varies by state, but federally is 18. But how can it be federally 18 and then vary by state? I don't get that. Even though I lived in the US for so many years, I don't get that. The passport vaccine is a con job for tracking everyone and starting the penalty programs that China put in place in Wuhan. Okay. What does that mean? I don't even understand that. DC? Is that a place? 52, you're anticipating DC and PR. DC and PR. I'm not sure what that means, MedTech, but I'm 53, going 54.
Maybe he's talking about the states 52. You're talking about.
Oh, yeah. DC, okay, DC and, yeah. Yeah, I think there's a big chance for DC becoming a state. I really do. It's very dangerous. Yes, I'm going to skip the MatCat stuff. Might be time to upgrade the audio with a boom or table microphone. We actually have one, but like I was saying, there's no lip on this table. So I have to buy one of those table to set my microphone. Can you bring it? I'll show it. Can you bring the microphone? So if Mia gets 10K, she gets a drone. I don't know about that. The deal was when I get to 10K, I buy a drone. But yeah. Yeah. So this part here is for the table, and the table has to have a lip, but there's no lip. So this is my microphone, and you guys have seen it, the ones who've seen me in my live cast in Duma, but I can't connect it. So what I bought was a little thing that I can put on the desk. So I can put this part on the desk here. So, or on the table, I mean. So in Canada, 14 is legal for Muslims who marry outside Canada and move to Canada. What, are you kidding me? Is that true? Also, polygamy is legal in Canada, UK, Philippines if you were married elsewhere and your religion allows it, but not for others. Oh, wow. That's not good. I mean, 14, that's just too young, man. You're a child. Vaccines that they are giving out are genetically modified and not technically not vaccines. Okay. They tell you they are vaccines, so they have no liability. Okay. Paul, could you just leave and let me take over the live stream? No, I cannot. It's my live stream. It's Paul's Asian adventure. Okay, 15 more minutes, guys. I'm going to read the last comments and then say goodbye. Lots to see there, Paul. Just wear those sunglasses. Yes. It's very sunny here. The sun is very bright, so you have to wear sunglasses. Right? Check out Mactan Shangri-La, which is Cebu #1. Shangri-La, #1 wedding venue and a great place for G to try out his drone. What could he film? Any thoughts? Hashtags, here comes the bride. Actually, we were there about a week ago with a friend of ours, and we ate there, and that place is awesome. It's really nice. I mean, the way they've done all the flowers and the trees, and they have a golf course there, and it's a beautiful pool and everything. So yeah, beautiful place. What type of movies do you both like watching? Do you have different types of movies that you like? We pretty much like a lot of the same stuff, right? I love sci-fi. A good sci-fi movie like Battlestar Galactica. Well, that wasn't a movie, but a series. I love that. Aliens, Star Wars. Even though the last Star Wars had been not so good, but yeah. So it's good. We love, and I like a bit scary movies, but she gets very scared. So, but she likes to watch it sometimes, right? And we like to watch these. Oh my God, she loves Games of Thrones. What else? What was that one with the meth? Breaking Bad. We watch Breaking Bad. We love that one. So a lot of stuff that we watch together. We might start watching, and she might not like it, or I like it, and then we'll just go watch something else that we both agree on. So. Water delivery, the Culligan man. I hope soon I will be there as planned. Yeah, when will it open? That's a question. I have a theory, but I've told people what my theory is. I still think end of third or fourth quarter because they need the income here. But who knows? Everything is constantly changing. I think you need to watch Thailand and see what Thailand does. Whatever Thailand does, Malaysia will do. I mean, Philippines will do. Hopefully Malaysia too, so I can travel there. This is like deja vu. The last live stream ended with aircon repair guy coming. Sailing Perseverance. I'm Norwegian, currently living on my sailboat in Southern California. Wow. It's time for a change, waiting for the Philippines to open up. The US is no longer what it was. Yeah, I think the US has changed a lot. It's changed a lot since I came there in 96, and it just, to me, I was studying at the time, so maybe I was there for, but even when I started working, it seemed like a different vibe than it is now. There seems to be a lot of fissures in the society now, and that's a really bad thing. States won't use the resources to go after people for federal laws that don't match them. That is all. Okay. Did you ever meet Ricky? I saw he went back to the USA. No, I mean, I've met him online. That's it. What are you doing for living? For living? Having fun. No, I know what you mean. I have my savings. So, and I get certain returns on a monthly basis, and I live off that. Plus, YouTube gives me some money, and now Mia's making some money too, so I live off that. Because of the federal law concern movement of minors across state lines, hence the sex trafficking, which I disagree with. Okay. Hillbilly in the Philippines. Hello, Hillbilly. Trying to give you quick info. Yeah. Watch China Uncensored. Actually, I watched them. That's the guy. He does a motovlog too. Yeah, good guy. If it's the person I'm thinking of. Do you have problems with your prescriptions not getting to you from the US? How long does it take? I was surprised. It took a few days, but it does cost money. Like the shipping was $100 and something, but even with the shipping, it was cheaper than buying it here. So. They used to tell Gio to leave and let Ging take over, and you see what that got him. Lol.
No, it's your show. You should be the one.
Yeah.
Be out of here.
No. Continue. You're helping. You're Secretary Mia. Mia, you're very beautiful. No respect, Paul. You look a lot younger. Mia's magic works on you. Thank you. Mr. Lone, too funny. Battlestar was my favorite TV series. Yeah, it was mine too. I love that. I want to rewatch it. Galactica. Hey, Paul, what keeps you busy there? I kind of answered that, so I'm gonna. It's polygamy allowed men to cheat legally. Men can't be satisfied. Need a lot of women. Is allowed him to cheat where a woman is not. You know, that's a good point there. That's a good point. Polygamy has its there's fighter planes flying. I don't know if you guys can hear them or not. Of course, never happens before. You've been here a week, and now I have a live guest. It happens with the fighter jets. But yeah, there is that. So I'm sure that alleviates some people's problems. I don't think I could ever date anyone under 30, but never know. In the Philippines, I might consider 25 to 26. To each his own, man. Everybody has their own choices to make and desires and what makes them happy. So whatever makes you happy, man. Do you think 70k peso per month is enough to live your lifestyle with Mia? I think 70k is probably in the pandemic. Yes, you could probably do it, but I would say you probably need more. You probably need towards 80k if she's a living girlfriend, because once you get a living girlfriend, I can guarantee you they're going to be expenses. Doctors, dentists, all kinds of expenses. So you got to have also a reserve. I think 70k is kind of borderline. Could you do it? Probably, but you'd have to cut down on drinking coffee outside. You'd probably have to cut down on restaurants and stuff like that. But could it be done? Yes. No more about Matt. What's your opinion on Donald Trump? Is it important? My opinion is he's playing golf now and probably enjoying life more than he did as president. Polygamy is a pathetic practice. I agree. You know what? I don't want to say it's pathetic. It's grown people choosing a lifestyle, and if that makes them happy, why not? You know, if 3 women decide to share a man, and they decide that that's what they want, and that makes them happy, you know, the truth is, women would rather share a high-valued man than be saddled with a beta type of low type person, loser type of person. That's just reality of it. So if you're like a multi-millionaire, good-looking, workout, and you want to be with 3 different women at the same time, there's no problem. The women would rather share you. That's just reality. That's just reality. I know that's a contradiction to what we learn in the Walt Disney worlds, but it's just reality. Be funny if a woman have 2 to 4 guys married to say what good for a man is good for a woman. Yeah, I mean, if a woman can get 2 to 4 guys and 2 to 4 guys are happy being with that woman, one woman, well, the all the merrier, man. Do whatever makes them happy. No, I don't watch Laway and Serpensa. Is that a Filipino channel? Have you heard of it? No. Tell me I was just kidding. Okay. Are you on a tourist visa? Yes. Can you renew for 6 months there? Yes. You see new Godzilla movie? No, I have not. Have a good day. Thanks, Doug. You too, Doug. Thanks for a great live stream. Take care, both of you, always. 6 more minutes, guys, and I'm saying goodbye. Thanks for watching, Mike. Yes, Battlestar Galactica, original. No, actually, I don't like the original. I really like the new one. I love the new one. And if you haven't seen the new one, you should watch it. I loved it. Paul gets drone, no more fighter jets. Yes, probably. Or at least I can go out and film the fighter jets up there. Fighter jets are going to be happening a lot there now that China has been caught trying to build reefs in the Philippine waters. Yeah, I think more and more countries are fed up with China. I kind of covered it in the last live cast, and I think more like Philippines, Australia, Taiwan, all these countries are going to be more and more headed towards the US. And it wouldn't surprise me if in sometime in the future if there's some type of NATO type of force here to counter China. Great live stream. Thank you both. Take care. Bye for now. Thanks, Mike. Jay and Gladys, hello to both of you. Happy for both of you together. Keep up the good work. God bless. God bless you too. Did you hear about the Indonesian submarine being sunk? Yes, I read about it. Very sad, very sad. I wonder if that's why the fighter jets are scrambling around there. I don't think that was anything Chinese, but that was a sad thing, yeah. Once those submarines go down, they're usually a lost cause. And it's tragic, but it happens. You're skipping, babe?
Yeah, because he was just talking to.
Oh, yeah. Hey, Paul, when you left Valencia, did they hassle of you about your deposit? No, I was renting from a very good friend of mine, and deposit was used for last month's rent, and I actually owed him some money, so that I sent that to him yesterday via Remitly. So in less than 15 minutes, he had the money. So I owed him 4,000 pesos, and I sent that to him yesterday. So yeah, we're good friends. So the issue of money is not an issue. I told him, whatever I owe you, let me know, and I'll send it to you. And I send it to him. So
Be good.
and be good, yeah. Can you let me negotiate local rates and prices to help you save money? Yes, you can, but Mia's not very good at negotiating. It's hard to say. I'm actually a lot better. She's very shy, and if somebody says 100 pesos, she says okay, and she doesn't know what to do. So I have to teach her that part. But if I'm there, it doesn't matter. They see me, but so I gotta hide. I would agree if both women and men have the same rights when married to have multiple partners. Sure, it's okay. It's not. I'm not even talking about marriage. I mean, you could be just a guy that has multiple girlfriends, and as long as they know about each other and they're okay with it, that's fine. That's as long as it's grown-up people making a decision that makes them both happy. It's up to them, man. Whoa, 70K is 2,500. No, it's not. It's not 2,500. 70K is. Sorry, that's wrong. 70K is about 1,400 dollars, which is less in pounds. I think the pound to the dollar is 1.2, 1.3 or something. So it would be probably somewhere between 1,000 and 1,200 British pounds. Maybe you can touch on the separated women there. It's my understanding you can have problems going that right. You mean if they're married and separated? Yeah, that's an issue. As long as they're married, it can be a problem, right? Because they're not supposed to have any relationship with any other guy as long as they're married and not divorced. So if, for example, a guy finds out that you're having a relationship with his girl and he's married to her officially, even if they're separated, you can get into trouble. So if a girl's married, stay far, far away. That's my advice. Run! Laona and Soprana is Adventure China on YouTube. Oh, okay. I didn't know that. Okay, good to know. I'll look at that later. Be cool. Have a good day, all. You too, man. You too, hillbilly. They lived in China for 10 plus years each, and they take China as very interesting. Yes, it is. I've watched them. If it's that's the person you're referring to. I think I know who it is now. Have a great day. Have a great day too, guys. I'm gonna wrap up here. Um, China has 1.5 billion people to feed. They don't care about you. Yep, that's true. 70K is 1400 US. Yep. It says, oh, sorry, I messed up math on currency. Yeah, I think you did. Last Thursday, the U.S. destroyer forced over 60 Chinese vessels out of the Philippines. Thank you to the U.S. for that. I'm sure the Filipinos are very grateful. Chinese, not so. Biden passes bill increase SSI, SDI up to 300 USD more. Oh, awesome. Thank you, Mr. Biden. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Mr. Ron. Even though any buys at the market, but I'm there with her, the prices go up. So I stay at home when she goes there. Mall, no problem, or anywhere the price is marked. Yeah, as long as the price is marked. And some markets now, the prices are actually marked. And that's where I go shop. That's where I go. If I see different stands and one has prices, the other doesn't have prices, I go to the one with the prices. One guy that has a bunch of girlfriends living in one house is called harem. My ultimate dream life. No problem, man. If that's what you enjoy. Johnny says, Mia is such a sweetie. You're okay too, Paul. Yeah, I'm okay. I'm just okay, but you're a sweetie. Okay, guys, this will be the last comment from Ace Bachelor. Oh, Ace Bachelor is in the house. I will have a 6-girl rotation that girls know about each other. And Sunday will be the day of rest, I'm sure. Okay. Bye-bye, everybody. Thank you for joining, and see you on the next one.